thanks for joining me here again on Court Farm for episode 28 with me, Mr. Sealy P. It's April 2, it's just gone 7 o'clock in the morning. I chose just past 7 o'clock in the morning because I thought there'd be less traffic on the road to get our new old harvester back. As you've already seen, 6 baling contracts completed. We're up to 267,000. There's a reason for that. I have a plan. Within those baling contracts there were some hay contracts and there were some silage baling contracts. I got part way through 2 of the hay contracts and hit the bale limit because we've got a lot of bales up at Court Farm, we've got a lot of bales down at our farm, we've got a lot of hay bales stored at Stonebridge. So rather than keep more, which was what I was intending to do, all I did on all those contracts was when I delivered everything. So the money has gone up. Not only did we get the contract money, we got the money for the bales. I have taken on 3 more baling contracts because at the moment, as far as contract work goes, it seems to be baling season. There are loads available and they're worth a few bits. They're worth a bit or they're worth a few bob. What I've got to do now is move a few bits around here at the yard because I've got to put this into a shed. Now the problem I've got, hang on, should have had the beacon on, shouldn't I? Oh no, the traffic on here is relentless. I've had it a lot, haven't I? You move even slightly and the vehicle fills the gap. There we go, let me go past. I am going to have to buy a header trailer because I thought, oh, it's not a very wide header, we'll be alright, we'll get away with it. I don't think we will. Once I get onto the first lane, no. And I'm just thinking, are we going to get past the, you know what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn in here. And what I'll do is cross over this little bridge back there and then we'll come back. Oh, well, you might have got through the gap there. So what I'm thinking of doing is where our seeder and our cultivator are, I'm going to put this in there, and like I say, I'm going to get a header trailer. I think it's for the best. Again, it's whether or not we can get in there. Yeah, it's tight. Let's back that up, just for the moment. Drop that down. Stored energy and all that. So what I'm going to do is take these 2 out. I'm going to put one, I'll probably put the seed around there in the corner there, and then I'll put probably the other one here, maybe. I don't know what to do, but yeah, we'll probably do something like that. So what I'll do, let's grab. Let's grab the Arion. It's a little bit smaller. I've got my daily chores to do over at Court, and we need to exercise the horses. I love that. This is one of those things as well that I know for a lot of people that it would drive them up the wall. Small lanes, small gateways, small yards, you know, especially if you want to run bigger equipment, that kind of thing. I love that jigsaw puzzle thing of finding homes for all the equipment. And when you sort of first come here, or when I first came here, you've got all these. No, don't unfold it. Oh, it's just have to detach, isn't it? There we go. So when I first came down here, you got all these small barns and buildings, and I had the 2 tractors, and I said, you know, we're going to start building up the KCC Stonebridge Farm division. We're going to start on the on building up the equipment we've got. And gradually we're filling the buildings up, but I love the fact that there's stuff just all. I'm not going to get that in there, am I? I know what we'll do. Let's move the Jeep from here, and that's what it becomes. And there's so many YouTubers I watch, so many farming YouTubers I watch, and when you see them in their yards and they're moving stuff around, and you know, I mean, even Millennial Farmer, they've got a big farm, they've got a big yard, they've got big sheds, but they've got a lot of equipment. And a lot of guys, you get that situation where they need to get a piece out and they've got to move 3 or 4 other things to get to what they want to get to, or it's that thing of, you know, you've either put stuff away late at night or it got put away at the end of harvest or the end of planting, and it gets around to the next season, you've got to remember where it was and how it all operates and all the things that need to be done to it. I've still got this sugar beet. We could probably actually stick that all into a trailer and sell some of that. I haven't got a process for it at the moment. Can I know where that does it is? Yeah, we can. Right, cool, that's in there. And I'll do the same thing. I'll get a cultivating job come up. I mean, that's fairly clear. I'll be able to see that from wherever I am. But see, I'm not sure now if I'm going to get that header through the gap. But it doesn't matter. It's all good. So, lights off. I mean, you've seen me do loads of baling jobs and stuff before. Actually, it might be alright. If I reverse down, would that be easier than trying to turn forwards? I'm just thinking of the size of the header. And again, it's one of those things that once you get it out for the summer, or for harvest, whatever it is you're harvesting, it's that thing of, it stays out until next harvest. Oh, that's alright, I'm going no problem. Look at that. Like it was built for it. I probably could have actually left something over the side, but we're in. Back up. Awesome. Awesome. I'm smiling. I'm smiling. I'm so... I don't know. Oh. I know there are gaps between what... Oh, I brought the mowers back down. They've been done. And in order to gain as many bales as I could for when I was doing the baling contract, I filled up the trough here. So I've got as much in silage-wise here and up at Court Farm. And I moved the bales around. The stacks that were over here, I moved over here, tidied them up. And the last baling contract I did was a silage baling contract. I delivered stuff on one of the auto stack trailers that I leased. And there were 3 left on the field, so I went and got them. I thought, is it worth driving all the way back up to Longmeadow Stores, which is over to the right, up towards the garden centre, for 3 bales? So I thought, you know what, I'll eat into a little bit of our space. So this is all we've got left here down at Court, but that should keep us going for a little. Court Stonebridge, Court Farm, they've got a ton of them up there, and I'll go up there to ride the horses, and I'll show you the hay bales we had left over, because from previous contracts, as you've already seen and know, we've got a load here, but I have a plan forming. I have an idea, something that should come to fruition fairly soon. Actually, I'm using the Jeep again. I feel bad for the Land Rover, but you know. Turning circle's not as good on this, to be fair, but... And I'll get the horses ridden. So what I'm going to do. Just wanted to give suspension a workout. So around here, there we go. I mean, I probably should have sold these as well, but I made a mistake. Now what I've been doing when I've been doing my baling contracts, I've been using various bits of equipment I've got and bits of equipment Court Farms has got, which was fine when I was doing Court Farm baling contracts. So all the baling I was doing here, using Court Farm's baler that's over in the cupboard, in the barn over there, was brilliant, no problem at all. However, and it's that weird thing of, again, I'm doing this on multiplayer, as I do, because it gives me the option to have different farms, different accounts, and, you know. But I've got all the permissions, all the accesses granted that need to be granted all over the place. I did a baling contract. I had my tractor, but I had Court Farm's baler. And that's why these are left over, because when we took these to sell, they wouldn't sell. They wouldn't sell because the contract was for Kaleb Cooper Contracting. These bales say, owned by Court Farm. So they wouldn't let me sell them. I tried to put them into the sell point, nothing. And I've had a lot of people, actually, yes, that's something I was going to mention. I've had a lot of people messaging me about problems since the last update, the last game update. Lots of maps, different maps, people saying they are now getting more and more contracts that they are unable to complete. And so a few people I messaged back said, I'll be honest, I haven't had a problem. And then I came on here, went to deliver the bales and it wouldn't let me, and I thought, oh no, because I had like 3 baling contracts I was on, and I was going to do some more, and I'm going to do some more now. I had this sudden panic of, what if I can't complete any of the baling contracts? But that's all it was. They were just owned by the wrong person. So I had to lease a baler, which, yeah, it's one of those things. It's strange though, because I thought, because I'm pulling it with my tractor, but it's the baling aspect of it, I think, that was the problem. So, daily riding. Let's go on Neymar and get it done. I'll see in a bit, once the horses have been ridden. I've got to do mucking out. Actually, what we'll do, I'll leave the gate open. The other horse is pretty good. Okay. Collision on the wall, sticks out away. Go nice and steady past the chickens. We don't want them startling the horse or us startling them. They don't seem that bothered, do they? I think that light's been on in that barn since I started. Oh, slurry, we need to move back over. How are we looking here? Yeah, we've got some manure in there, right. Let's get out into open country and I can put my foot down. Open the taps. It's another glorious morning. This is what I was talking about, the attention to detail. It still staggers me, the level of detail on the animals generally for FS22, but the horses. Wow. Okay, it's May 1. Now, you know, I said about the hay bales, and I had a plan. I had a plan because I knew what was coming. I had a plan because I had a very good idea when it was coming. And this has been recorded in 2 sections. My plan is going to be a little bit bonkers, because my plan revolves around using square bales. And if you've been watching this series for quite a while, you'll know all I've got are round bales. Tons and tons of round bales. So stick with it, bear with me, it will work, it will work. This is part of my zany plan, you know how these things go. Because the round baler was up at the store, and I just got into the habit. If I was leasing a baler to do baling contracts, I was using a round baler. Especially when you're wrapping, it's easier to get a baler wrapper than do square bales, then wrap them separately, so I just got into the habit of doing round bales. But, as you may or may not be aware, the straw harvest pack is out. Now I know everyone and his uncle's going to be doing this, and I don't care. I want to do it. I want to use it because I love it. I think it's a brilliant pack. I used it on Spectacle Island, I used it on Greenwich Valley, I've used it on all different maps, on all different Let's Plays, on different versions, and I really, really like it. Now we're up to 400, we were a little bit higher, 403,000 is what we've got in the bank at the moment. You've already just seen all the baling contracts I completed. I have got another baling contract for hay, and the thing about that being, if I go back into here, as far as the hay baling contracts go, that one, I'm trying to find the ones that are worth a bit. There we go. Ted it. Take that one as well. That's silage bales. I've got enough silage bales. What's the next one down from there? Probably that one. So, because I'm going to take all the hay I can get my hands on. What I'm going to do is increase on the farm. So we're going to put in a new facility. It's going to be expensive. We've got some stuff to lease. I've already leased that and that. I've already leased a bale shredder because I need to take my round bales, put them into loose product to make them into square bales. I know. Because the process I'm going to do doesn't take round bales. So, in this space here, we're going to put in our new building. Bear with me. And there she is. I've been waiting for this for so long. And I'm so excited that it's here. I'm going to do some landscaping around, as you might expect. So, we have our palletizer, we have our crane. Let's get the lights on. And I'm going to be making hay pellets. I don't have any straw at the moment. I've done no harvest. We're not at harvest point yet. But when we do, maybe we'll get some straw in and get some of that done as well. But I want to get this cracking. So, I need to get some stuff together. Now, obviously, the first thing I would do is shred some bales. So what I'm going to do is go up to the store with a trailer, pick up the shredder. Now, the shredder is the same one I was using on the floor is lava to do wood chip. It does bales as well. So I've got a belt on it. I've got my trailer. And what we'll do is we'll shred into that. I'll bring the loose material here. If I spread the loose material or dump it, I can then use this to pick it up and rebale it into square bales. The square bales will then come in and go onto the bale shredder. They'll go through, make your pellets, and we'll get our pellets out the other side. It's a genius plan. I see no reason at all why it won't work. I know it's overly complicated, and if I'd have done square bales right from the start, it wouldn't have been a problem. So this I have leased. So as you can imagine, that contract that I've got, or the 3 contracts I've just taken on for baling, I'm going to do square bales next. So it'll all be square bales. So I'm going to keep hold of this for the time being. But what I do need to do is lease the Primos and the bale shredder. I'll get those down and put those in. So this can be left here for the moment. I'm just thinking, what tractor? Actually, I can just bring down the action. I'll leave this here for the time being. What we'll do is unfold that. Now I got it with the front pickup simply because I don't know how big the pile is going to be that I leave out, and I just thought it would make more sense. And then obviously because the stacker on the back will do stacks, I can then pick those up. I've grabbed the V-grab from the pack as well. We're going to get the telehandler down from Court Farm, and then we should be able to just keep stacking away and keep everything going. Like I say, that at least is the plan at the moment. I'll see in a minute. I'll get some more stuff down here and let's see if this whole thing works. Right, this plan will get refined. Like everything, every plan in my head starts off one way and ends up completely different. So, I've got the shredder and I've got it on the back of a trailer. Baron Papa mentioned that that's what he does, transports his around on a trailer and does various different jobs. Now what I can do is take that strap off and that strap off. On the trailer it gives me a bit more height. Now, I'm going to shred the round bales into here to give me loose material. Then I'm going to dump the loose material on the ground, and then use this to rebale it into square bales. But what I'm thinking I might change, because to get the height right for this, which I don't think that's adjustable, I think that's a fixed belt, I can't get much in that. So what I might do is just get that to unload onto the ground if I can. If I unload it onto the ground and have this set up and running, if I can unload directly in front of this, it should take it straight down and in. Like I say, it's a work in progress. It's a thought at the moment. We're down to 211,000 because I've leased the Primos. Did I show that? I can't remember or not. The Primos and the bale shredder. I'll get those brought down and they're going to go in there. But what I want to do first of all is see if I can do the square bales. Now, obviously, the other suggestions will be made. Why transfer that from round bales into a loose material into a square bale when you can run the Primos on a field and just pick up loose material to make pellets? That isn't, yeah, I could do it that way around. So I could have the Primos, I could literally just dump all the loose material on the ground, run the Primos over it, make the pellets on the Primos outside rather than using a bale shredder, and then bring the pellets in and dump them in there to make pallets. Now, it has also been mentioned, who was it? Was it Todd? I'm trying to remember who it was that messaged me to ask about the sell point. I'll have a look. If I recall, it will come up on the screen. It was neither of those names, it was Travis. Travis messaged me to ask about the sell point and said about the question of why palletize the pellets if you can sell the pellets directly. Now, as I understood it, and obviously this is not correct anymore, I don't know if it'll get changed or not, because he messaged me back after I responded to say that DJ Gohan was able to do it when he did his first look at the pack. So what used to be the case was the sell point that comes with this was a pallet sell point, and it would only take pallets. So you got a good price, but if you palletized them. So the point was, if you've got loose pallets, you could sell them in other places, but palletizing them earned you more money. Well, apparently the pallet sell point will take them loose now, which actually does beg the question, why spend all this time and money in palletizing your pellets if you can just sell the pellets directly and make the same money? That is a curious one. I wonder if that's something they might have overlooked, something they decided to change for whatever reason. But again, I'm going to use this because I want to use it. But if you can just make the pellets directly and sell them directly, why palletize them? I will check with the sell point. I might do that off camera, do it on my test map and have a look at that, because that's not something that crossed my mind. It just didn't enter into my mind at all. I might get a bale and pallet storage as well to put next to it, maybe here, not the one that comes with this because that's another 170 grand, but there'll be a cheaper one and I'll test it to see if it will take the pallets. So anything we're making we can store up, and I probably need to get a little forklift down here as well, not one of the pump trucks. So what I've got to do now, hopefully, start the engine on that. Oh, we'll see. I'll do one bale at a time. So what we'll do is drop those. I've detached the bale spikes to allow me, this is what I was talking about when I did the mod review on this, to allow me to, now I'm hoping this is going to work now, if it doesn't I'm in real trouble, to allow me to just drop the bale straight down into the shredder. Oh, I've got the reach on this as well. With it being up on the trailer, I need the reach. There we go. Oh, sorry, taking some. So what I need to do now is... Is that going into the trailer or not? I'm not sure that it is. There we go, now it is right. Engine off. So like I say, I'm not sure this is the best way of doing it. It's going down. interesting. That took the first bit of that. What's that not now doing it? So it shredded the first bit. So it doesn't go in from the top, it comes in from the side then. That's peculiar. It did the same thing with the logs when I was using those. It was more there. Yeah, there we go. Keep it there then. So it should gradually take that bale, I assume. We're filling up the trailer anyway. So like I say, this I might find, I'll move this position somewhere else, get that running and get it tipping onto there, if it will allow me to tip onto the ground. I don't know. This could end up just being a nightmare to sit and run. Undoubtedly. Why do I do anything simply? And this all could have been negated if originally I'd done square bales. But like I said, that was never the plan. It was always going to be round bales. We had a round baler. The contracts just carried on with being round bales. And then when we got the wink that this was going to be coming out, I suddenly thought, oh, hang on a minute. I did think that potentially with the newer version it would do round bales as well, but it doesn't. The bale shredder still only does square bales. And I have got a lot of round bales that are going to need to be shredded. I am considering now whether or not this shredder is the best idea. There are silos which will shred bales when you put them in. So what I could do is just dump all of the bales into a silo and then just take out the loose material. That might be a much quicker way of doing it. Again, it's all a work in progress. How's that bale going? Yeah, it's still shredding. It says it's still taking it and it's still running, so that'll run out soon. I'll put the other one in. But like I say again, this is a fairly slow process, whereas I think there's a couple of different silos. I think the underground silo takes it. A bit expensive, but that's 50 grand for the silo. But I could bring all the hay here that I've got, put it into the silo, then just dispense it as I need it. I think I might do that, you know. I'm going to get the Primos down here though, and let's have a go and see. I just want to get some pellets going before the end. That's all. There's a lot of gear here. What was I thinking? He's not of sound mind and body, quite clearly. Shreddy, set, go. Sorry, I wasn't taught. I was pondering what I was doing. Full trailer. Haven't got 2 full bales out. 6,000 litre. I'll be working on the second. I have put in the silo. That was 50 grand. Just interested in using something different. I did use that very briefly on Baling Road so I can store the hay underground. But I think when we put the bales in there, it shreds them automatically. So then what I should be able to do is get a trailer out and just... Oh, I could try with a conveyor maybe? I don't know. Like I say, I just need to streamline this process. I've got a lot of hay and I want to use that hay in here. And the thing about this is there's going to be a really, really simple solution to this problem that hasn't crossed my mind. I'm sure people have probably already commented. And I'm just racking my brains thinking of a simpler way. I could throw all the bales into a feed mixer, into a oh, hang on. Oh, why didn't I think of that? That would have been cheaper. I could have leased a mixer wagon, slung them all into a mixer wagon, then unloaded directly in front of that. Then I wouldn't have needed that. Or that. Maybe that's the next test. What have we got available? See what I mean? These things, have I got the big one installed? There we go. 45,000 litre. How much is that to lease? 7,000. If I get rid of the silo... Oh, I wish I hadn't put that silo in now. I'm going to lose half the money for it. I should have saved it. Didn't follow my own rule, did I? Yes, I'll take that down to the yard, fill that with hay, bring it back up. 45,000 litres in there, and then we can chug away making some bales. That's the solution for the moment anyway. So let's lease that. We'll go and get that. To be fair, it wouldn't hurt to keep the silo, because if we do load more hay bales, I'm going to get rid of a load. It will free up bale space. And if I do any more baling contracts, any bales that we get left over, I can just bring and sling in here straight away, can't I? I'm going to leave the silo. Right, so that needs to go back. Let me try that. Again, haha, this will only work, of course, if this silo does. I'm sure it does. There we go. So that's taken that, so that shreds automatically straight into the silo. It's a right old palaver, isn't it? Right, so that needs to go back over to the yard. I'll take the... We'll go and bring that down, that trailer back. Yes, right. I've got a plan forming. It will improve. It will improve. Let's turn that off. And I will get some pellets being made before we finish. That can go back. Actually, that can probably be... Turn the engine off. Do that. Straps. Oh, that's odd. What? Okay. Why is that not collapsing to the ground? That's supposed to... Ooh, okay. Well, we'll go back like that. Not a problem. Reset, rethink, let's go again. Plan D, E, F, what are we on now? I know I keep laughing. I don't know why. I just... Let's see if this works. Right, let's turn this on. Turn that on. Jump in that. Turn that on. Tip side right. Unload here. It is running. It is going on. I've got a little bit built up there initially, but... Oh, man. I'm like a mad professor. I know I love it. Oh, that's interesting. Why is... Oh, so the next one's going underneath. Oh, it doesn't like that, does it? Oh, hang on. Hang on, hang on, hang on. There we go. It's been in its operating position. 3 in. Has that stopped unloading? Why has that stopped unloading? Come on. This action can't be performed. Why? All of a sudden it won't unload. It was unloading a minute ago. Yeah, this is going to be quite a process, isn't it? Rather than to be unloaded. Why is that not on me? Unload bales. That's closed off. So every time I get out of this, it stops unloading. As you can imagine, I've got some work to do because I looked and there's a couple of balers, the Gavile pack, and there's the oh, was it? There's a Pertinger one as well that's got a big hopper you put stuff into, but both of those produce round bales or square bales. So yeah, but that's all right. That's almost 2 full stacks. So I know this will work like this. I mean, what I could do is just run up and down the field. Rather than have it stationary, I could just run around this area here, dropping a trail of this around, and then just run around with the baler pack, baling them all. I mean, that would make sense as well, I guess. About that, actually, stop unloading. So jump in that, switch that off for the time being. Let's get these bales out of the way so I can put my first load in. And let's get some pellets made, shall we? That's what this whole process has been about. I was just going to sell the hay bales, but in doing this we can make a bit more money. I should be able to get 4 on the stack here. There we go. Whoop. Pushes back up. So do I put the stack down and use the bale grab? I might do. Be easier, I think, won't it? Right, so now this, because it's not running in the field, all I need is power. I don't need necessarily the correct horsepower. So start the engine on that, turn on, and we get the first bale on top. do that. Come back a bit, come back a bit. Drop bales, and raise that up, go to there, grab bales, lift that. Let's rock and roll. Let's shred, dude. No. Unfortunately, I'm English. I can't get away with that. It doesn't work. Next one down in a moment. Might have a look around for that. I'm sure it's Vanquish 081, isn't it? I'm trying to think if it's FS19 or whether we got an FS22. That trailed PTO. So I can just put that here as a separate unit. That can run, which would power that. And I wouldn't need a tractor in here. I'm sure it was. Wondering why we're not putting pellets in. Oh blimey, that'll be why. I thought it was far enough back, but I'm not. I need to reverse the whole. Don't do this at home, kids. You'll damage the legs and everything. There we go. I thought it was right back against it, but apparently not. There we go. That's better. Right. That's still a thing though, isn't it? It seems to be. Unless that needs to go right into there. I think it probably needs to be further over, doesn't it? So that sits right in the middle, because that would drop right down to there, and that's where the animation ends. So I probably need to just jiggle that around just for the look of that. But all this stuff here is for your safety. These emergency stop buttons are for your safety. Don't do this. I love that packet turner. That is so cool. Brilliant. Oh, hang on. Go and grab my next stack. So yeah, some upgrading, some tweaking. But it is working. It's only stupid if it doesn't work. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's genius, but it is working. It has solved the problem. And there we go. The end of this episode is not how I started out this episode. I had a plan. I didn't think the plan would come to fruition yet, because I wasn't sure, of course, when all of this was going to be coming out. But in doing all those baling contracts meant I had enough money in the bank that because it did appear, I was able to buy it. So, yeah, not quite what I thought I'd be doing, but I'm pleased with what we're doing. I've got a load more to do, because I've got a load more hay baling contracts. So I'm going to do the mowing, I'm going to do the tedding, and then I'm going to square bale it with the one we've got. Actually, I don't need to windrow. I can just mow and Ted, because that's got the pickup, hasn't it? The baling rig I've got. I think what I might do, I'm going to move that over because that is just for my own sanity. That's going to drive me mad. Let's just turn that off a second. Let's fold the bale shredder. No, I did that last time. That. There we go. Now, where's that just a little bit? I'll nudge that over a little bit more. Turn it back on. Watch me run too far this time. Anyway, so that's what I was saying. So with that, I have completed the task I'd set out to do. As I said as well, I've got a load more to do. I've got a load of bales to shred, a load of bales to make, and some baling contracts to do. Next episode we'll see how many pallets we've got, what we're going to do with them. I might put in a bale and pallet storage, haven't decided, probably. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to do, wasn't it? So the people that when I said that's it for this episode have already gone. If you're still here with me, thank you. Let's do that and that. Let's get that out of the way. Let's jump in that. Let's do that. Let's do that. That. Which one actually over the bales? There we go. I've got this at a slight angle. That's going to need to be adjusted. Anyway, with that, I am now done. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.